Hello, hello. Hello, hello, and thank you for being here. This is Mr. Walter, and I'm going to be giving a little bit tour around the world. So I hope that everybody can hear me okay, and I hope that everything is moving forward. I hope that everybody's happy and fine at home. It is a great time that being able to broadcast through New Minds Enrichment, and I'm glad that everybody's here to actually move forward and see what's going on. So we live in a very small world, as you know, and we have a little picture of it right here. So we're going to be riding around and moving through the different places. And as you can see, we're just a little spectacle on the rest of the universe, and we will be able to move through all around from anywhere from where we are now and moving all the way through North America, Central America, South America, and then moving to Europe, Asia, and all around the world. So we're going to start right away by just seeing where we are. We are in Dallas, Texas, and as you can see here in the United States, we are way back here. So we're going to kind of move all the way and navigate to where we are. And as you can see, we have right above us, we have Canada, and we have the United States. We have Mexico, and then we have the small little countries that are within Central America. So as you can see, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, and they're just all around Central America. And all the way down, we have Venezuela, Colombia, in great places, to be able to see and visit. And all the way down in South America, we have Brazil, Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay. And as you can see, we move all the way to the bottom of the world, and we see the ice caps of the South Pole, as well as the ice caps right up here of Alaska, Greenland, and the rest of the North Pole. So, as you can see, there is a great big place that we can definitely explore. As we move forward and we look through the Africa continent, you see all the great places that we have, like South Africa. We have, and as we move forward, we see that we have Zambia, we have all the way Angola, and the rest of the places. And you might ask, well, where are some of these things? So some of these things might be, great. Hi, guys. Hi, hi, Janet, and hi, Macy. I'm glad that you guys are joining in and tuning in to look around the world and actually also see where you guys are from and where in the world some of the people that are coming from. So we see here we got Spain and Europe all the way through. There's France, and we'll go to Italy as well. Germany, and we have the United Kingdom as we move, as we move through, and will be able to see, all these places through the world. So definitely a great place to move and a great place to kind of just walk through. So as we move through, we will be able to see the rest of the world, and as you can see, with the program Google Earth, we'll be able to just review every place that we have been and every place that we can go. So it's a wonderful program that we can move through and move around the world. So we were talking about a little bit about France, and I want to show you where the United Kingdom is, Ireland, Turkey, and Norway. So it's wonderful places that we see all around. And you might ask, well, how about Asia? Sure. Asia is way back here. You know, some of the great places like India, China, Thailand, the Philippines. And what's really interesting, we'll be able to move through all these places, and we'll actually be able to, in some of the other videos that we'll make, we'll be go through and be underwater. So we'll go to the Great Barrier Reef, and then we'll go to Mexico, and we'll see some of the other places. And you might ask yourself, well, you know, the when the dinosaurs, where did the asteroid and the meteor hit? Well, you know, here we have Dominican Republic, we got Cuba, and here on little tiny section here in Belize, there's, you know, the Cayman Islands and a huge barrier reefs that happens, as well as, you know, we'll go to the Bahamas, and we'll see how close some of these places are to us, you know, or Florida, and here we are, Texas. So let's go all the way where we are now. We are now in here in Dallas, Texas, and we get very close. We go very, very close and see, you know, where we are. So here's Dallas, and you'll see that here we have some of the rest of the places, like there's Carlton, Addison, then we have Richardson, we have Plano, and the New Minds office is actually, you know, right in this area. You know, so imagine that, in as we pan out, we see you know, how big the United States is, how big Texas is, and actually how big the world is. But today, what I wanted to do is just kind of move forward and let you see a little bit of the world and a little bit of where we are. There's a few other countries that are really interesting. For example, all the way back here down there, we have Australia. So we have Australia, and we have, you know, New Zealand, all the great worlds as you can see. So yes, we will be exploring the world. We'll be going from place to place. We'll be exploring a little bit of the music. We'll be exploring a little bit of the culture, and we'll actually get down to the street. So we'll be able to go all the way down in all these countries and see how they are. So, you know, definitely we'll have to go to Egypt and see the pyramids. We'll have to go. And also we'll have to go to Turkey and see all the great places that are there. We'll be able to go to Greece and see some of the wonderful places that are there. Obviously, Italy and Spain. We'll go all the way to France, and we'll go see the Eiffel Tower, and we'll see the Big Ben in London, as well as, you know, we'll see some of the great places here in the United States. Not only will we be able to go to Disneyland in Florida, but we'll be able to go to some of the great places like the Grand Canyon or the Rocky Mountains, or all the way to California and all the way up to Michigan and the Great Lakes. So we'll be exploring everywhere, as well as we'll be exploring Mexico, some of the great places that are there, and we'll go all the way to these smaller countries as well. So I'm really glad that you guys are here with me. We are going to go to a small little place that is really close to my heart. So we are going to fly down to, you know, San Jose, Costa Rica, and we'll show you a little bit about, you know, everything that's around there. So Costa Rica is a small little country that you can actually see both oceans from one of the highest points. It's in Central America, which is right between the United States and South America. And it's one of the 6 little countries that happens. And, you know, kind of a fun fact, Costa Rica has 5 million inhabitants, just like the size of Dallas. So it is small, but it's a very, very pretty country, very lush. 25% of the, you know, one quarter of it is natural reserve. So it is incredible how just a tiny little country has so much of it dedicated to forests, to jungles, and we'll be able to go all the way down to the beach and walk along Costa Rica for a little bit. One of the great things that it has is, for those of us who have it is coffee. So we bring in and they export coffee. Coffee is a great export from Costa Rica. Export is when products come from other countries and come to the United States, or actually from the United States into other countries. So it is a great place to go to visit and to taste some of the foods. So we're going to get closer down to Costa Rica, and then we're going to go to the different places. So Costa Rica has a few major cities, and they speak Spanish. So Espanol is the language that Costa Ricans that we speak in Costa Rica. So we'll be able to go. So we'll go down all the way down first to San Jose. So San Jose, Costa Rica is one of the great places, and we'll see what what that will be able to move and see. So as we go down, let me try to move down the this specifics, and we'll go all the way down to Costa Rica. So here we go. We're going down to San Jose, Costa Rica, and we'll keep on going down. And as you can see, the city is coming alive. All the little places and in great locations that Costa Rica has, and we'll go all the way down to the first, which is the national park. And this is a great amusement park that Costa Rica has. It's a fun little place, and we'll just fly down there. So here we go. We're flying all the way down, and this is one of the amusement parks here in San Jose, Costa Rica. You see all the rides, and you see how everything kind of moves through. You see here's some of the fun rides that it has, and we will go straight into and actually walk right of the park. So here we go. Let's fly down and see, if we can see it right over here. Some of the places. And yeah, there it is. There you go. There we are. We are at the one of the national amusement parks in Costa Rica, and as you can see, it's very lush. You see that there's a little bit of waterfalls. There's people just hanging around and looking and waiting for some of the rides and some of the fun rides that are happening. So they seem to be waiting for, specifically some of these great rides right here. There you go. So we are way on the edge of Central America, and we are looking at one of the amusement parks that is way down there. So people are having lots of fun. And as we zoom back out, we'll be able to kind of just see some of the fun places that Costa Ricans go. So this is San Jose. So San Jose, Costa Rica is one of a great place. There's about half the population lives here, and we'll be able to see some of the high schools, some of the United States Embassy. As we can see, we can go, and this is the embassy of the United States in Costa Rica, and we'll be able to see. They have a great sports field right beside, and we'll go straight right on top, and you see some of these schools that are here. So as we move out of the Central Valley in San Jose, we'll go to another national museum. So we'll go to the National Museum in Costa Rica, and it is like I said, it's just another great place that we get a chance to visit. So we'll fly over, and we'll just fly right through. And yes, we're now in San Jose, the capital city, and you'll be able to see some of the great places. And we're at the steps of the National Museum here in Costa Rica. So as you can see, it's a great place to visit, and you can see that we are right in the middle of the city as we fly out from San Jose and kind of start, moving right out onto the rest of the city. So we'll move away from see some of the other places that we can see. We'll stay away, we'll get away from the main city as we fly out, and we go high above the country, and we'll head out to the beach. So Costa Rica is one of the most beautiful, has one some of the most beautiful beaches, and we're going to go to some of the special places, which is Uvita. Uvita is a great beach that's right on the side. So as we fly in, you can see some of the rainforest that is right alongside the beach, as well as you can see that there is all the uh, the different residential areas as well as the beach right in front. So we'll actually head down there and let's go head down to the beach and we go straight through. So one of the fun things about the beach is that you might know or is that there's all sorts of great uh, some very exotic animals that live here. So it's not uncommon to see some monkeys and some other kind of jungle creatures. So let's go all the way down to the beach in Costa Rica as we move all the way down. And yeah, oh, Tortuguero National Park, sure. Perfect. We'll go to Tortuguero National Park real soon. And in others, oh, and Macy, yes, Indonesia, sure thing. We'll go to Indonesia in a little bit. So let's go down and just kind of walk around the beach if we can. See if there's any places that we can go see. Maybe we can go all the way down. There we go. Let's go all the way down to the beach. There we go. We're at the beach in San Jose, Costa Rica, and we are looking around and see, taking some great aerial pictures, and you see everybody enjoying themselves here at the beach on a very sunny. Some people there are bathing, and some people just, and you can see how the rock formations right alongside the beach. Just kind of the water hits right alongside, and you see, all the jungle literally that's on the side. So incredible how how you can take and have a beach vacation and actually have a wonderful a wonderful area so you can spend some time on the beach and alongside the rainforest. All right, so let's move out of San Jose and let's move out of the beach. And there's another place which I wanted to show you, which is really interesting. So Costa Rica has several very active volcanoes. So we'll fly some of the volcanoes right over, and we'll go to one of the main volcanoes, which is very close by. So let's go out to Costa Rica, and there we go. Let's go all the way down, and we'll go to see some of the volcanoes that we have. So we have some of the national parks, like I said, but this is one of the greatest places, which is really interesting, which is a volcano that is actually active, and we'll see one of the volcanoes. We'll see two of them, but we'll be able to, see how interesting the volcano here in Costa Rica, and we'll go all the way down to the crater. So let's fly down to the crater, and here we are. We are right at the crater of the volcano. And as you can see, the lagoon is way at the bottom, and as you can see, all the formation, that you can see. So we are now in Costa Rica. We are uh, at one of the Irasu volcano, and you can see that we're standing. It's actually like a very ashy and very it has a lot of smoke and a lot of sulfur, as the lava from the bottom just filtered through the water, and we are now flying through, and we're right on top of the Irisut volcano. Let me show you another volcano as we fly out, and we are going to go closer, and we're going to go to the closer to the beach and out, as you can see, and we're going to go to the rest of the other volcanoes that we have here. So we'll move through the Concepcion. We're actually a little bit farther, too far away. There we go. So we were flying down here at the in Costa Rica, and we were flying here by the Irasu volcano, and we will go now down to the Arenal volcano. And the Arenal volcano is amazing because what happens there is that the lava is actually shoots up at night. So you'll be able to see a lot of the lava that will be coming out. So we're flying through, and we'll go to the Arenal volcano, which is right. There's the Miravalles volcano, and then we'll go all the way through, and we'll see right here some of the additional volcanoes that we have. So we are going to fly to the Arenal volcano in Costa Rica. There we go. Flying all the way to the Arenal volcano, and you can see what a huge place that is. We'll go all the way down to the top of it, and we'll fly down to the top and land, and we'll be able to see from the top of the volcano all the rest of the province. So see all the explorers that have climbed all the way up. They're way above the clouds, and they're actually seeing right through the incredible sights from the top of the volcano in Costa Rica. All right, so we'll be flying out from Costa Rica, and we'll be moving right through. And I think we asked for Tortuguero National Park. So yeah, Tortuguero National Park. We'll head and fly there, and we'll be able to look for Tortuguero National Park in the Limon province of Costa Rica. So as we fly out, we're going to fly to the other side, and it's going to jump quickly all the way to the Tortuguero National Park. And as we look through, as you can see, it's a dense forest. And look at the forest right beside the beach. So this is all dense forest that is actually getting right through. And we are going to just go down all the way down to the inside of the jungle. So we'll fly in, and we'll fly into the jungle, and we are right at the beach. And as you can see right here, some great pictures of people that live there and have been there, and you see how just the beach and the coral and the rest of the area comes right up to the jungle. All right. So we're going to be flying out there, and we'll go. So there's this small little place, right in Central America, which is it's a great place to visit, and and we'll be kind of moving through. So one of the things which I wanted to let you know, and actually let me turn the globe around that way so it's easier to see, and we'll just turn it so we can. There you go. So we can watch it. There we go. So there it is. So Costa Rica. Costa Rica is at the very center of Central America, right beside Panama, and a lush little place that we can do. So one of the things that I wanted to kind of highlight is some of the music as well. Some of the music from this place. So we'll go to the Caribbean side. We'll go to the beach and start hearing some music in Puerto Limon. So we'll fly down to Puerto Limon, and as we fly down, we'll see and hear some of the sounds and the music from it, and some of the local artists that actually have done. So we we'll start hearing some of the music, and you can see some of the beach and here in Costa Rica, and we'll see how some of the music, which is actually very interesting from music in the world. So I'm going to put a little bit of what's called natural dub, and natural dub is yeah. So here we go. All right, I hope you guys were able to hear a little bit of that music from a local artist here in Limon, and we'll just kind of fly all the way down to the beach and right at the port. And this is where most of the we'll see some of the commerce comes in. You'll see that there are houses right alongside and living again right alongside the beach, and you'll see how the parks and all the rest of these areas are just such a great places to go and visit. All right. So as we move out of Puerto Limon, we kind of start looking at the rest of Costa Rica from different places, and we'll go to some of the places which the coffees come from. So we'll go to some of the areas where coffee is grown, and we'll kind of move right here all the rest of the areas from San Jose and Monteverde and La Fortuna. So this is where some of the rich and great coffee comes from, all that area. So we'll go all the way to some of the specific areas where coffee's grown, and we'll be able to see a little bit as well of how how all these places kind of look and see. So we'll go all the way to La Fortuna, and La Fortuna has some beautiful waterfalls as well as coffee region, and we'll go to Monteverde, and yeah, this is some of the where coffee is being grown, and we'll be able to. So this is the eternal rainforest in San Jose, Costa Rica, and we'll see if we can if we can look and you can see how big the rainforest is. And some of these areas right here is where coffee is being grown. So let's go all the way down and fly down to some of the coffee plantations that you can see. And we'll be able to, you can see, some of the beautiful areas. So this is a Jungle Hotel in Costa Rica, right at the jungle. And you can see right at the edge, just all the coffee that plantation. So this is a typical Costa Rican home right at the edge of the farms with the farm and they grow coffee, and from this coffee is what we got. So this is one of the great places which this coffee comes from, which is Doda, and it's one of the greatest coffees here that one can have. So as we move out from the coffee region of Costa Rica back out to the world, let me know where you want to go. So let's go to Indonesia You said that Macy said, let's go to Indonesia, please. Let's go to Indonesia. Absolutely. So let's kind of fly out of Costa Rica and let's fly out of Central America and let's turn the world around and let's fly to Indonesia. There we go. At the other side, there we go, all the way to Indonesia. So, and we'll fly all the way down for you. There we go, Macy. Let's fly all the way down to Indonesia and kind of go see all this area. Indonesia, we have close to Singapore, but let's go to the main inside of the Central Valley. You kind of move through, and let's go all the way down to east. Come on. There we go. So as we fly down, let's go to Samarinda. There's some beautiful places here in Samarinda, and let's go all the way as close as we can as we fly in and just and drop in on some of the great places. And as you can see, also very lush, also very green here in Indonesia. And when we'll be able to walk around and see some of the streets as we are walking down the street in Indonesia. And we see how some of the people live, as well as some of the houses. So let's get back out. All right. So great. So we are into, for tomorrow, one of the great things that we can do is you can join us and join me, and let's find out and let's see, where in the world some of the things are. So we know that, there's a few things that we've always talked about, and the world is upside down. So let's turn it right back up. Let's go and some of the things that are really interesting. So let's go to the statue. Let's go to the Statue of Liberty in New York City. And let's fly down to New York City and see the Statue of Liberty. There it is, the Statue of Liberty, right on the side. And let's go right on top of it. Let's go all the way to street view of, here in, and let's see the Statue of Liberty as we see it. Kind of cloudy today. So we can find it. And I'm not sure where it is. Let's fly out. You cannot find it. Oh, I think all the way there. I think there it is. So let's go and let's go across. And you got the Statue of Liberty, New York. There you go. Here is the island and the chapels. So we are in New York City for a brief moment while we keep on flying now. Let's go all the way across country and let's fly away from New York City and let's go to, there we go. So let's go to the, let's see, and let's fly in to some of the great places. And let's fly into, Macy, absolutely. Some Indonesia now, and now we're gonna fly in to some of the great places. Let's say the, Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona. So let's fly to the Grand Canyon. There you go, the Grand Canyon in Arizona. And let's just fly in all the way through. And let's see if we can see some of the viewpoints. So let's go all the way to the Grand Canyon National Park. Wow, look at the view from the Grand Canyon, you know, the Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona. See all the trail. What a beautiful, beautiful place that is. So, if you have places that you've been, or places that you want to see, and places that you want to revisit, or you want to see your house in a in different areas or where you've lived before. So, I lived in Boston, Massachusetts. So we can head to Boston, Massachusetts, and we'll see the Madison Square Garden or the Madison Square Garden. And this is in Madison in New York. Wow, look at so we're flying all the way back to Manhattan and the Madison Square Park and all the Madison in the National Museum. But we can fly. Let's go to Florida. So we can go to Florida and let's go all the way down to Key West, West Florida. So let's fly and let's go to warmer places all the way to Key West. Beautiful places, right alongside the beach. My son is in Purdue University. He's in Indiana, and I know where Mr. Adams is from, and as well as I know some of the other new mines in Richmond. The other in Richmond inspirators are also from all these places. So, log into the chat, tell me where do you want to go, where do you want to see, where did you live before, and let's explore this wonderful world of ours from different places. So, as we fly out, I'm just going to leave some of the music from Costa Rica and kind of look back at the world as we fly from place to place. So I hope that you enjoyed this brief kind of run through the world, and I will be. Let's listen to some music from Costa Rica as we move through the world and enjoy some of the sights and scenes. Oh, all right. So I guess you can't hear any of the music that I am listening to. So I'm gonna kind of try to do this tomorrow, and so you guys can hear a little bit of the great music from these places. So let me let me take that off, and yeah, we'll be able to add some of the music and kind of move through the rest of Costa Rica. So that is it for me. Thank you so much for joining Mr. Walter around the world just for a brief moment. And I hope that you enjoyed this small overview of what are we doing every day, where we're going to go, and please, in the comments, can share all the rest of the things that where you have been and where would you like to go, and we'll be flying a little bit, and if you have some of the interesting places that you have been and interesting that you want to share with the rest of everybody here as in the chat, please, kind of Adam, and we'll fly over there, and I'll read some of the kind of communications and all the text that you're sending me, so we can learn from everybody and all around the world. So this is Mr. Walter from around the world. I hope you enjoyed this video, and keep on tuned for tomorrow. I'm going to be flying to Egypt, and we're going to be walking around the pyramids and kind of moving through there, and then we'll go to France and we'll go see the Eiffel Tower. So this is Mr. Kruger, Walter, and this is Around the World. So enjoy and have some fun. Stay safe and have a great day.